Or maybe we can just up our garbage funding. I feel really bad having so many garbage incinerators in the one city here. These lands are cursed. Okay, so one more incinerator. Let's just drop that over here somewhere. Okay, so our traffic problems, people are thinking, are caused by industry. We'll do, I promise you, we'll do a roundabout in the next city setup. So if we want to reduce traffic, we can up the taxes on industry. That's an option. I feel really bad about the industry here. Okay, so people are getting into our town, no problem. They just need to get out. So if we let them onto the 6 lane, or if we put in a 6 lane, another 6 lane right here, that just cuts across the center of town. Let's see, what would I be demolishing? We can demolish some homes. They're fairly low density. We can move the bus depot without too much of a pain. Yeah, we could run another 6 lane through here, and that would pick up all this traffic here. Revolution thinks one more overpass will do the trick. Alright, let's look at the traffic again. We could do an overpass right over that residential area. Listen, we're not going to appropriate your homes, but we are going to build a massive noisy overpass right over your backyard. Yeah, so for our green city, we do have major traffic problems and quite a bit of pollution in the industrial park, but we're not burning coal or oil, at least not for our electric needs. Okay, so I do want to put in another 6 lane here. It could be an overpass form, or it could be just appropriating the lands from these citizens. These are some of our oldest houses. Just put a 6 lane in through here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. We need to find another place for this bus depot. Probably somewhere where there's not a whole lot of traffic. And definitely not on a one-way street because the buses need to return. Maybe right over there. We'll drop a bus depot over here. Okay, so this guy needs to be relocated. We'll go and drop him somewhere on the bus line. Sure, right over here. No electricity. Madness. And let's look at the traffic again. Okay, so yes, I definitely want a 6 lane through here. So let's pause this. Let's go into the zoning mode. We'll destroy a bunch of these homes with many apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Oh, sorry. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Actually, I did. I'm sorry. Okay, and then a 6 lane through here. Ooh, that's a nice looking house. It'd be a shame if someone had to demolish it. Ooh, that's a nice looking pool. Wow, with solar panels and everything. We might let him keep that. That was a lie. Alright, so a 6 lane. Connecting up with our exit and maybe even our entrance. I'll also go and bulldoze this. 6 lane multi-way or one-way? 6 lane one-way. This is a one-way here too. Alright, so the 2 one-ways will go meet up over here. Come on, let me connect this. I just want to make a nice city for you guys. More bulldozing. That was also a nice looking house. Alright, fine. You can have a regular 6-lane. Well, we'll worry about that after we get the main one online. And do we want this to be a one-way? Yes, I think we do. That's the whole point. And is it going to be a complete bypass? Like we could go up and over. I don't think we have enough space to build a ramp. But it would be worth trying. Let's see. A one-way, starting right here perhaps. No place to attach. Control Z. Alright, let's rebuild this whole area. This guy will be an overpass. The exit here will be the underpass. Since there are some residential things here, we will go and make these tree lined. And we also need to be able to hook up to... Am I out of cache? Why can't I connect in here? Oh, upgrade feature selected. Thanks, guys. Alright, so let's run this. Alright, we're also gonna kill these roads. They're just serving residential stuff, so we've already ruined enough lives. Okay, we'll go in here and then into the exit. Good. Okay, so that's good. That's fine. We'll have the one-way. Well, we'll just connect these roads up again, just because I don't like the look of them, or just erase them. We'll just sweep that under the table. That'll be fine too. And we're going to want an overpass here. So page up, over, and reconnected. Let's see, cancel that. Blow that up. And page down. Come on, please let me have enough space. We could have enough space if we made this slightly curved. That's not exactly what I want. Alright, let's blow this stuff up too. This is becoming quite the construction project. Page down. And connect. Okay, let's see how this runs. Oh, and we do... So this is the alternate route into the city. Connects up to essentially nothing. Yeah, so if people want to get into the city, they have to come this way and then go over the overpass over the rest of the way. Oh well, let's just see what happens. Okay, so these guys should come along here. Let's see the pavement markings. So these are two ways. They should go and get access to the 6-lane out of the city. And as for questions in the chat, I'm not trying to make shitty roads, but I certainly am making shitty roads. Alright, so we want to leave the city in good shape before we go to the other side of the intersection, the other side of the interstate. Okay, so what's traffic looking like? Traffic could improve. They've got a nice exit. They just need to get on it. The cars are heading that way. Let's pretend this is solved. And we'll come look at it later. How's our electricity? Our electricity needs are fine for our current city size. Our water needs are just about fine. We can up the budget on that slightly. Our garbage and incineration needs are just about on par, so this might be a perfect time to go across the way. Our health is excellent. We can decrease health funding. Drop that down to 58%. Wind is not really relevant. Upgrade levels, the guys along the main thoroughfares are fairly happy. Traffic, well, this area is starting to fix itself. We've got a bit of a problem here now, but it's not that long of a traffic jam. Noise pollution. Everything that could be tree-lined has been tree-lined, so I think that's fine. Fire safety. We should probably drop some fire stations before we abandon these guys to their fate. Maybe a fire station here. We've got one here. One here. This fire station, though, doesn't have access, or good access, to this end of the city because of all of our one-way streets, though. So we could try a small fire station over here, but we've got no money. Oh man, let's go maximum speed. We do need more income. And maybe we'll just leave fire hazards where they are. Crime. Crime is good. Or lack of crime is good. Transportation, we could build more bus routes out, but I think we'll just have to leave these guys to their fate. And I think some of the bus route lanes might have been destroyed. Population. That's fine. Outside connections. All of the industry needs outside connections, and that's what's killing us. So if we made ourselves a purely office-driven economy, we would have fewer problems with traffic for people trying to get on and off the interstate. All right, so that's something to keep in mind for City Part 2. Good property values here. The industrial park, not really worth very much. And natural resources, well, we haven't gotten to forestry or anything like that. We've got our funny little districts and leisure. My people have nothing fun to do. Let's drop some parks and then say goodbye. Okay, so a small park, sure. You can have that right here. And the office dwellers probably need some recreation as well. Plaza with trees, that seems something they would enjoy. Drop that by the bus depot. And do industrial workers need happiness as well? Let's see. Small playground. Probably not exactly appropriate for the industrial setting. That's probably good enough. Alright, let's go. How much does it cost to buy a region anyways? Let's find out. So if I wanted... Okay, first of all, we'll ask the chat which region they want to buy. Do we want to buy this area? We could get access to the highway here, and hook into some of our resources via the Curvy Industrial Park. We could drop a city over here, and does this mean that we'd be able to demolish and rebuild the off-ramps since the highway would be within our city territory? Probably it does. Or we could go to the left. And is that a railway? We could get in on rail lines. So redeeming qualities of going to the left, or unique qualities, is the rail lines. I'm thinking we'll try to get access to rail, but it doesn't get us a new access to the highway, so there's a downside right there. Alright, so I am going to take a 2-minute break for the chat to vote, and I'm going to go and grab myself a snack. Alright, so my very active chat has created 2 straw polls for me, and it seems like a lot of people, well, some people are excited excited by the potential for some rail action, but a lot of people are saying that having access to the highways can be pretty important because our current infrastructure can't really support only having the one access to the highway right now. Alright, so let's see what these straw polls have gotten for us. View results. We've got 8 votes for bottom from the first straw poll, and for the second straw poll, we've got 8 votes for the bottom. Alright, so consensus is for bottom. Meanwhile, we do have small amounts of money ticking in, and some complaints about power, water, and garbage. But we're actually okay for that. We're still at a relatively stable equilibrium. So how much does it cost to buy this region? 4,200. Alright, let's go and buy that. And we'll go and zoom in there. Alright, so doesn't look like... Whoa, we have a huge... I went away for a snack and criminals took over. Well, what can we do about this? How's our police budget doing? Our police budget is at 100%. Where did all these criminals come from? What even happened? Alright, crime. We've got a crime problem. Where are our police stations located? Do we even... Okay, so we've got one police station here. I think the police are trapped in this little area because I've set up all those one-way streets, which is kind of hilarious. But we should leave these people with a proper police station, police headquarters, or just a second police station. All right, well let's get some stats on this police station first. The police are trapped in their police station and they're surrounded by garbage. Okay, let's just relocate this to somewhere else. Maybe by the bus depot. And that makes a bunch of people happy. These guys need their garbage collected. Let's see, this is not even hooked up to anything. Or is it? No, it's not. The only way people can leave is through this one way, so they can't leave. We'll give them well, they need an exit and an entrance. Preferably one that's not super confusing. But they'll have to deal with whatever we can give them here. Let's see, we'll connect them up like this. Still just the one intersection. And so that's people coming into the town can get to them there. Now if they want to leave town or hook up with the rest of town. Oh man, so much crime. So they can... No, they can't leave town. And they can't access the rest of town. Well, they can enter and leave through here. Just not very easily. Alright, well, no one uses this area. We'll just hook it up here. And what service was this? Was this an important service that also got isolated? Firehouse. Yeah, that's a good place for our firehouse either. Alright, let's look at the fire coverage. We could move the firehouse into the industrial area. Alright, relocate to somewhere over here. Best mayor ever. Oh man, and what are all these toxic skull and crossbone thingies? Low land value. Important residents. We probably need a place to put the bodies. We have one cemetery. Is our current cemetery full? Versus in use. We're approaching capacity. Alright, let's drop another cemetery somewhere. And then we'll start on the new city. Meanwhile, while I get this all sorted out, please just raise the old city. No, we'll get these guys sorted out. But let's drop a cemetery over. Well, does it make people happy? We can drop a cemetery in here where apparently all the dead people are. Let's just kill all of that and put a cemetery in. There's already a dead body there. How callous! Okay. But, whoa, what's happening here? Are all the people in my office buildings dying? What's my health like? Healthcare availability is good. Something terrible happened when I left for a snack. It was a string of murders, corpses just piling up. I don't even know what's going on. Alright, let's drop another cemetery. I think that's pretty much all I can deal with this situation. We can drop that in the forest where we were planning to have a university. Instead of looking to the future, we'll look towards the past. Well, that made people happy. Alright, let's assume that solved the problem. Alright, so what I was going to ask while we tried to get this stuff organized is, what should we do about the new city? Should we have just essentially another highway doing a ring around, and then everyone will have nice access to the highway? Should our entrances be roundabouts? Should we try to do what we did here, except have a one-way 6-lane running in a ring around the city and then connecting back up with the highway? Dead Like You suggests a straw poll, but I'm not experienced enough to suggest what good straw poll options would be. Use the highway to fix the old city. So, we could put in more on and off ramps, but I don't think that's the problem. So, our connection here is a little busy. We could build a connection right into the industrial area. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. And then we could have an exit 6-lane on the other side of the industrial. We could do that. Force the highway to go through the city. I like it. Alright, so what do we want to demolish to make this happen? We could put a highway directly along the river here. Elevate the highway so it goes over the garbage dumps. So if we built an actual highway down this way, and then just had a bunch of on and off ramps, I don't know how that would work. Let's see. Let's look at the traffic situation. So most of the traffic is here, because that's... well, this could actually be solved by public transit. And this probably needs to be bulked up a little. Okay, so we definitely we need more space for people to come into the city. But making a thicker road here isn't going to help. They are flowing into the city fairly orderly. It's the problem is these roads here have a lot of traffic. Now hooking up another entrance or exit to the highway might relieve some of the industrial stress. They would have another option to leave the city by. So let's see what our options for building off-ramps are. We could drop a 3-way intersection here. And let's see, how can I rotate this around? And does that let me replace the highway straight up? It seems kind of silly to have two off-ramps so close to each other. Alright, pause the game to stop people from dying. Massive effects. Oh man, what's even happening here? Okay, so that's just the bulldozing icon. Alright, so do we still have a lot of deaths? No, I think we took care of that. It was just a problem that the cemetery was getting full while we were AFK temporarily. And also that the police station was trapped in this little dead end that we made when we put this one-way 6-lane in. Okay, so if I want another highway connection. That would give me access to the industrial area. They would have their own entrance and exit, and they wouldn't have to go through the city here. And even though it seems like a bit of a waste to build out 2 off-ramps, or so close to each other, I think we'll give that a try. We've got $30,000 saved up, so we may as well see if this will help the situation. Space already occupied. I'm assuming these are highway lanes. Branching off from the highway, yes. So, if we just go and demolish the highway and rebuild it with that pre-built off-ramp. Alright, so we've got this thing right here. We're gonna go and drop that. Yeah, why not? Right here seems as good as any. Okay, and then we just need to hook some of this stuff up. So, is this highway? Highway with sound barrier. Highway regular style. Blow this up. And are these unidirectional lanes? They are. This is double 6-lane road. These are just 3 lanes. Can't I build the same kind of highway that already exists? It would seem I cannot. Oh no, I can. It's just a different icon. Alright, so that's fine. I'll go and hook this stuff up. Alright, so highways. And they're going to need to be slightly curvy here. Sort of a sharp corner. We'll see if any accidents happen. Okay, let's see if the highway still runs. The cars don't even slow down that much around that ugly curve. That curve's gonna bother people, including me. Let's try to make that a little nicer looking. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's nice. Nice enough. Wait, is that not even connected? Do the things point in the wrong directions? Why do I still have these icons? Okay, so we did something wrong there. Oh, they're pointed the wrong way. Well, that's definitely a problem. Okay, so build them out in this direction then, the proper direction. There we go. Traffic flows. Okay, so now let's hook up our industrial area. Do we want more 6 lanes, or are they just gonna drive off? They probably want 6 lanes, but if I'm demolishing half of the industrial area just so that they can get access to that, it seems a little counterproductive. Okay, we can build, is this highway or 6 lane? 6 lane one way, or just highway? Let's build highway into the city. Highway with sound barrier, sure. A highway that spits right out onto regular residential streets? What could possibly go wrong with that? Alright, well, let's see what happens with the traffic now. Oh, and this thing's pointed in the wrong direction. Okay, so hopefully this will relieve some of the traffic from here. We'll have 2 ways to get onto the highway. They're definitely using it to come into the city. They run into a little congestion here. This is a huge problem spot. But overall, I don't think it's anything we did. Well, actually, traffic is getting better. Huh. Alright. Traffic problem solved. Sure. Alright, so we need to build up some cash so we can move into the next region. We could increase our tax base some more by dropping some residential over here. High density residential. It's getting close to the highway though, they probably won't like that very much. Our garbage problem, we probably need one more incinerator. Let's see. Who else is complaining about garbage? We can't afford an incinerator. That's going to cost us 30,000. We could put another dump in somewhere. Alright, so traffic in the industrial zone is much better. Now it's just this 6 lane. Or really just this intersection here. We could replace this with a 4 lane. Yeah, that might not be so bad. Alright, let's see if that does anything for us. 4 lane with a grassy strip. Can we do the upgrade, or is there not enough space? That would destroy some stuff. How do I feel about destroying some stuff? If I can avoid it. Well, probably can't. Okay, destroy that, but this strip here we might replace with something else. Okay, so this is just a really bad intersection. It's a cool looking intersection. Whoa, that's a lot of smokestacks. The wind farm's going like crazy in the background. Off-ramp. Sun setting. People waiting to get through this little death trap. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5 intersection with a concrete divider in the middle. It's actually moving pretty well now. I mean, there's a bit of a backup here. Well, that's become a very large backup. Okay, so if we don't want to demolish everything, we could just thicken this road here and try to get it to hook up with the highway on-ramp. Real highways have curves. Nice traffic jargon. Let's see, what else do we have? Tilt shift option turned off makes the game look better. We'll play around with that a little later. I mean, it's saying traffic's really bad here, but it doesn't look that bad. We just have one very problematic intersection. If they maybe had more ways to get onto that intersection, would be better. I don't know. I just don't have a good plan for that. And it's going to take us a while to get the money we need. Actually, we could take out some loans. We haven't taken any loans this game, so if we wanted to get the university out, wanted to switch into an office type scenario, we could drop the university here, put down a huge office park here. How would our roads handle that? They'd be fine. We've got a nice long 6 lane and then a 6 lane out of town onto that. Plus they just need to get to their homes. Alright, so I don't know about you. I know the chat wanted me to start fresh, go across the highway, but I think we've got things somewhat under control. We don't have disastrous traffic, except for here. We could also do a massive overpass if we didn't want to bulldoze all of that, or bring the highway around this way and hook in over here. Have the highway turn into a 6-lane and come down around here. Forget that. Let's just populate this little curve here. We'll get the university going. The university is going to need, let's see, 75,000. Chibi Elemental wants us just to scrap this intersection and see what happens to all the traffic. Just bulldoze all of that and hook everything up. So we've got a nice little several square options that people can do when they get off the highway. They can go in a loop like this or a long loop like this. Let's just ignore the problem and hope it goes away. And if someone in chat has something exciting they want to try, we can give that a go. But I want to get the university. So let's go and take out some loans. Take out a small loan here and a larger loan here. That should be enough for us to get our university online. We've got some new buildings, including that train station, but no rail outside of our city to connect that to. So let's place this university maybe right at the edge of town here. Let's see. What does this hooks up to a lot of the city. Okay, we'll put it right over here. Yeah, that's nice. And then we'll put a bunch of high density residential and commercial in the area. A whole bunch of tweets here. Oh, do we have electricity problems? No, we're still good. Still good on water. Okay on garbage. If we're gonna keep living here, we're gonna need another incinerator. And I think I avoided building one before because we didn't have money, but if we're taking out loans, other crazy things like that, let's drop an incinerator right there. And that brings us into a healthy place as far as incinerating all of our garbage goes. Okay, so residential. Universities provide a lot of demand for new living space. Let's just build out the regular roads. I don't think I need anything too fancy here. And will this be directly adjacent to the university? Sure, let's do that. Cancel that. Build it over like this. And do we want some dirt paths in the back? No, we can hook up right here. And yeah, that looks just fine. Some dirt roads in to the back of the cemetery. Maybe a little path back here, and we'll put up some, let's see, high density. Sure, they can use a dirt path, and low res here. High res here. High commercial. Near the university, right across the street. And then some more high res. Sure, that looks great. And water. They're already covered for water and power. Probably need to... Ooh, we could build a dam. Where would we put that dam? I don't think there's anything that we can dam up. We don't have... Like, if we put the dam here... First of all, I don't think there's enough water pressure in this one little crater lake to make much electricity. But secondly, it would probably flood the rest of our city here, so we don't want that. And if we put a dam here, well, it could back up this whole river and we could make a bunch of power. We'd probably have to buy this region. It could flood out the rail. Well, it's something to think about in the future if we want to get a dam going. And we have a lot of things burning us down. We've got some advice on our traffic situation. One-way ramps so traffic gets to where it needs to be. Try using subway stations. Yeah, let's get into subways next. We'll have some people going from the residential to the industrial to the office area and the university. That'll be nice. We'll do subways next, but let's get this whole area rolling first. Alright, so that's hooked up. And we wanted to go for offices now that we have, or we will soon have, a more educated population. We could put a whole bunch of offices here, but we might want another 6-lane. We don't want to provide more traffic here. Offices along this path, sure, let's do that. Well, what does traffic look like up here first? It's totally fine. So we'll build a whole bunch of offices up here. Oh, there's more demand for residential. Alright, we'll get the residential stuff going first. Right by the trees. And then on the other side as well. Let's see. Well, I guess that might be large enough for a residential neighborhood, especially if it's high density. Let's zone the whole thing. That was less effective than I wanted it to be. Alright, well that's fine. So that used up a lot of our residential demand. Let's get some offices in over here. I think we're going to build more overpasses. This is a 2-way 6-lane, so I think I'm happy putting down a bunch of office zone stuff here. And even on this side, we'll leave some space for more road connections, but otherwise that looks good. And some more high density commercial. Let's drop that along the 6th lane. These guys need a bit of water. Oh man, and industry is dying. Is it the traffic? We still have major problems with traffic. Okay, so we're gonna put another 6 lane, or even run the highway down here. Yeah, this is a major problem. Another building is burned down. We're having a lot of problems with burning buildings. I guess our fire coverage isn't what it should be. Should probably put a fire station somewhere to cover these residential areas. Alright, that'll be reasonable coverage. Alright, so people are driving in here and they really want to get on this to get out of the city. Or maybe just to go home. Subways could solve this for us, maybe. We could go have a look at our bus lines again. I just don't know where all these cars are coming from. So people come into the city and they want to get into the rest of the city. These guys need water. Oh man, we've got a lot of deaths again. What's even happening here? Alright, what's our health looking like? We're relatively healthy. There are some patches over here that could use some attention. Our capacity is fine. Our average health isn't the best. One of our med clinic here is full. But our hospital is nowhere near full. Alright, I guess we just need more clinics. They can't just go over to the hospitals instead, apparently. 0 patients. Bizarre. This region, for whatever reason, sounds like it needs more medical attention. Alright, we'll give them a clinic. But they're right next to the hospital, I don't understand. Do clinics serve different needs than hospitals? A small healthcare facility, each patient takes up 1 bed. Sufficient healthcare will keep your systems healthy. Versus a hospital. Citizens who fall ill or have an accident, takes up 1 bed. I don't know. Why are there all these skulls here? Need more death care. Alright, how's my death care looking? Are these things full already? Nope, there's still a lot of capacity. 420 out of 3,000. This one's full though. And where was the other cemetery? Right down here. Greenwood Park. This is the cemetery, right? I don't care about Greenwood Park, I want to access the cemetery information. What is this? Alright, and this is 530 to 3,000, so we've got space for dead bodies. But for whatever reason, they're not getting picked up. Ooh, I do like these rows upon rows of high-rise apartments, though. Okay, so we've got lots of demand across the board. Eric Vulgaris has a proposal in PNG form. So, let's see, let's run this at medium speed while we peruse this diagram. And let's see if I can toss this up on the monitor. Wait, all you guys in chat can just click on that to see what it looks like. Alright, let's line this up with what Eric has planned out for us. So right over here, bring up the traffic. A split like this. I'm assuming that's to force some of these guys onto this area, so that maybe they'll take this road here, although it's not a 6-lane. And then we've got an overpass, so that the guys who are here can get directly onto the 6-lane. Now the 6-lane itself is having some problems over here. There's a backup where I think we just need... So this is pretty much the only way people have to get, the only path people can take to get from the industrial area to the residential area. So we've got a line up there. And then it's slowing down because the intersection here, people want to go to the industrial area and also out of town. We could... Let's see if people will divert around and just, if we just put a second 6-lane here, and then maybe connected it up using an overpass. Because this thing is completely full. Let's relocate the police station. Maybe down here. And we could stick a roundabout in here, that's true. It would have to be a 6-lane roundabout though. Well, we haven't done any roundabouts yet. Let's make one just for the heck of it. Click on this guy. We'll relocate our bus depot again. Drop that down here. We can relocate our plaza with trees to... oh, I don't know. Maybe give that to the university for now. Oh, those guys are so sad. Okay, let's see. Are we gonna put a roundabout in right here? You have no highway exit to the right. So this guy, we've got a highway exit. People are getting on the highway exit, they can go this way. People are leaving by highway, both exits. Alright, so let's try a roundabout. This is a super busy intersection. Well, they both are. Let's try a roundabout here first, just as an experiment. These are just some random industries, we can definitely bulldoze those. I don't know how effective a 6-lane roundabout is going to be, but that's the point. We're going to do a little experiment. Okay, so we can grab one of the pre-built roundabouts. Let's see, a small roundabout or a large roundabout. That thing's huge! Well, how about a small roundabout? Can we slide this in here somewhere? Not without a lot of demolition. We could try making our own roundabout. Those would be some tight circles. Ah, yes, that's true. So most of the traffic goes through the industrial getting into town, but if we put a diversion in, especially now that we've got 2 on and off ramps, that's a good plan, Groom H. But first we've got to fix this little situation here. Let's see, what do I want? We could just hook all of this back up, but with 6 lanes, and then fix that, and then put a roundabout in over here. Alright, so since this roundabout's so huge and I don't want to demolish everything, we are just going to go and rebuild this stuff. Let's see. 6-lane with trees, bi-directional, and let's actually go and demolish some of this too. So the traffic no longer justifies having only the 1 lane. Let's have a 6-lane, but in both directions. That was demolish. Bring this down over here. Now these guys do need to be hooked up to something, so we'll finish that road before we forget, but it'll be a dead end. It won't actually connect into anything. That'll be fine. Alright, so multi-use, 6 lanes, both directions. Connect this up to here, and just give them a lot of extra room. Does that connect? Doesn't, but they can take the exit over there. Alright, so let's unpause that and see how they deal. We still have the problem of no one being able to get out there, but a lot of that could be because, as Groom H was saying, people getting off the highway want to visit the offices in the residential. We do have a way of checking that though, so there was something that was saying where people were coming from, whether they were outside connections. Here we go. So, doesn't look like, yeah, it's just industry that needs the outside connections. But nonetheless, we will try and fix this up so that the people coming in onto this off-ramp don't have to go through the industrial area. Which I'll probably need overpasses for. So we can, this is a one-way, overpass over to this side, and then hook up with this 6 lane, which is 2-way, whereas this one's just 1-way. Or we could just join them up, turn this into a 2-way. Since we've got multiple on and off ramps, we can turn these guys into 2 ways. Oops. That was not exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, this can just be a 1-way. That's fine. Let's destroy that. Grab the 1-way with sound barriers since we're right by offices. Okay, so that's fine. Now we need the 2-way with sound barrier. That'll go right down to here. Hook up with the 1-way. Connect in over here. And we'll connect in with the people coming in from that on-ramp. In fact, this doesn't need to be like that. Already occupied. Well, that doesn't look great. Alright, that'll be dead end, that's fine. And then we just need a 2-way connecting up here. Alright, so now these people do have some more options. They come into town, and then they can get onto this main drag, which is actually kind of busy, or they can get onto this thing, go down this way, whatever. Alright, so now traffic is pushed down over this way. We've got people really want to move east-west, it seems. If I had a good idea of where people were all working, is there a density saying where people, like what their route planning is? Because I'd be happy to put in some subways. Although we don't really have the budget to support that at the moment. Like we could, so we've got high density housing here and here, some high density over here, a bunch of offices here and some work. We could get a little L-shaped subway going, or even just like a box. Anyways, we're still having problems with fire protection. Even with a fire station right here. So I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. We should probably protect these guys. Why is there so much death here? Okay, so we wanted to drop a medical clinic. Fine, we'll give these guys a medical clinic. It is right beside the hospital. Don't really understand that. That makes him happy. It is a really high density area, so maybe they deserve it. And then for fire protection. The corners aren't very well serviced. Since we've got a clinic here, let's build up more residential and we'll give them a fire station too. Tree lined.